This train is known as the Black Diamond Express train to hell. Sin is the engineer, pleasure is the headlight, and the devil is the conductor. I see the Black Diamond as she starts off for hell. The bell is ringing, hell bound, hell bound. The devil cries out, all aboard for hell.
After this highly spiritual conjuration ceremony with the Mephistopheles of the Self, I was provided access to the previously uncontacted nether regions of my being. From up here I could see the topography of my body, laid out for me in total splendor like a gigantic diorama of the universe. Mephistopheles was talking about the sacred traditions of Walpurgis Night, its erotic cathedrals filled to the ceilings with the shrieking and convulsing of the illegitimate descendants from the animals from Noah's Ark. My current experience of my disembodied body image, Mephistopheles told me, was akin to the Walpurgis Nacht witches' cat phenomenon, wherein witches and their cats exchange consciousnesses. Interesting, I said. I am looking for unmediated knowledge, I told Mephistopheles. I like your lyrical allusions to black magic metaphysics, but I thought you knew I have limited time in this place, and I need you to take me around so I can figure out the truth about why I am here. Mephistopheles told me not to worry about time. You need to change your attitude, Mephistopheles told me. First of all, seeing is now the same as believing. Mephistopheles handed me a box. This is Pandora's box, Mephistopheles said. Look inside the box, said Mephistopheles. The unmediated world of visual knowledge is in 16:9, not 4:3. This is a high-definition camera. From now on, your definitions will be highly resolved. No more confusion between language and the things it's supposed to represent. At that moment, I knew I was selling my soul to myself. Everything from now on will be saved, remembered, documented. I have enabled a displacement of your human aspects onto the semantics of these machines, said Mephisto. Semantics, assignment of meanings to symbols. Or is it assignment of symbols to meanings? Anyway, now that your consciousness is unburdened of its responsibility to be aware of time or to remember memories, it can relax and do other things. Like what, I said. What is my body without time or memory, I said. This is not the university, said Mephisto. There is something very sinful in these machines, in their act of displacement, I said. Are you reneging on our arrangement? Said Mephisto. I thought we had an arrangement. I thought you wanted unmediated knowledge. Mephistopheles wanted to prove to me the advantages of the technology of machinated memory and timekeeping. I begrudgingly went along with this sin, this blind assent to convenience, to the newest, to the latest, the hands-free, eyes-free, brain-free devices that embody humanity's march toward total self-displacement, destigmatized lunacy, wherein basic humans are relieved of their basic human functions by portable electronic devices. Don't be like this, said Mephisto. I thought you said you wanted unmediated knowledge, to know everything all the time. Have you heard of the iPhone? Said Mephistopheles. No, but really, Mephistopheles said, you can't critique the project of omnipotent knowledge for its means. I can prove it to you. I think you are confusing knowledge with information, I said. Mephistopheles showed me around his dark vision of cultural progress. We visited an enormous coliseum, one from the olden days. Look how good everything looks through this eye-level pentaprism single-lens reflex viewfinder, said Mephistopheles. Now you can prove to all your friends back home about your HD whirlwind tour with Mephistopheles, Satan's disciple. The tour isn't in HD, only its representation is. Mephisto, I think you're confusing representation for reality, I said. I think you're confusing progress with change, I said. Mephisto, I think you're confusing art with representation, I said. Mephisto showed me around to some other places. This is the world, said Mephisto. The world looked very big indeed. It looked very real. Its likeness to reality frightened me. This is the cemetery where all the greatest philosophers are sent to be buried. This is the most beautiful sunset ever seen to human eyes. This is the tastiest banquet a human being has ever eaten. Can I roll around naked in bed with Helen of Troy? I said. Okay, said Mephisto. This is the highest plane to ever soar in the sky, said Mephisto. This is the second highest. This is the most transcendental pan in cinema history, Mephisto said. This is the most efficient water tower in Western history. Can I look around inside? I said. It's not interesting, said Mephisto. This is the most banal, most fake artsy shot in cinema history, said Mephisto. How many times have you seen this before? Said Mephisto. Many, I said. Mephisto, it's like you're putting words in my mouth, but you're actually putting images in my vision. Like, I don't know what my eyes are because I can't see them, except in a mirror. But a mirror is just a two-dimensional surface of illusion. But it's like now you made it so I can look out of and into my own eyes at the same time. Is nothing sacred, Mephisto? No, nothing is sacred, said Mephisto. So Mephisto took me back home. But aren't you going to prove to your academic friends back home about this state of knowledge according to the nothing is sacred philosophy? Said Mephistopheles. I realized that I was stuck in the binary of participation versus observation of knowledge. Mephisto representing the knowledge is radically imminent, knowledge is always already proven, knowledge is only to be watched, aestheticized. And the Academy representing the knowledge is transcendent ideal, knowledge is unattainable extrinsic finality of man, knowledge is only to be sought after, interpreted. Was it the satanic knowledge for man? Or the academic man for knowledge? Couldn't we just make a satanic university in which man pursued man and knowledge pursued knowledge? This is an unhappy union, I said, knowledge and man. They're not meant to be together, I said.